Hello, it's Common. Let's get into the nitty gritty. And today we're going to be talking about people standing for the flag. Now, I don't have a problem whatever way you want. Either you stand for it or you don't. Me personally, I do not stand for the flag, and it's probably for a reason that you wouldn't even think of, except for you might be able to read it in the title of this video. But I don't stand for the flag for religious reasons. I know some people do it for political reasons, like Colin Kaepernick. He was trying to bring awareness to police brutality towards African Americans. I get that wholeheartedly. So if that's what he wanted to do it for, that's his business. Because once again, this country is supposed to be about freedom. So once again, it may not go with your beliefs, the way you feel about that flag, but he still had the right to do it, and no one should have tried to shame him for exercising his freedom to be able to do that. But on the other hand, myself, I go to baseball games, football games. I've never stood. I've never taken my hat off for the flag, and I do it for religious reasons. Any of those of you out there that claim to be Christian, let me give you a little brief story. Have you ever heard of Moses? He went to the mountaintop to get the 10 Commandments. And when he came down, what did he see? There was a bunch of ignorant assholes out there, and they created a cow to worship. And what did he do with those 10 Commandments? He threw them down and destroyed it, because it is a false idol. When you stand in front of that flag and you say you pledge allegiance to the flag, that's an insult to God. Now, some of you may not see it that way, but I see it that way. So if you see somebody that, first of all, it's none of your damn business. If somebody's sitting and they don't take their hat off, it's none of your business, but ask them a question, because you don't know what their reasoning might be. Me, it's not to protest anything. It's saying that I am not going to stand. I'm not as religious as I used to be. But I do believe in a higher power. And I'm not going to disrespect that higher power by saying I pledge allegiance to anything. I mean, once again, it's your choice. If that's what you want to do with your life, I have no problem with that. And I hope the same thing when you see me at some sporting event and I don't stand up and I don't take my hat off. And if you're uncertain about it, ask me a question. Why aren't you doing that? And instead of you should stand up, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, I don't. Because the military in this country has fought for freedom. And you can express your freedom. Now, don't get me wrong. Freedom does have a limit. Now, people say you have the right to free speech. Yeah, but go run your mouth off to the wrong person. You might get knocked the fuck out. So all this stuff has a limit. But those people that claim to be Christian, who can be the biggest fucking hypocrites in this world, especially those that don't want to help out illegals, they don't belong. God wouldn't do that. Bring the hungry, I'll feed them. Bring the clothless, I will clothe them. And now you're telling me that I have to stand for a flag and pledge my allegiance to that flag, especially when I'm Christian. I won't do it. Never have, never will. Because my religious beliefs and who I do pledge allegiance to is the Almighty. And that flag is not the Almighty. But once again, you do what you want to do, but respect other people's wishes. And if you don't understand something, ask. You might be surprised by the answer you get, and it might open your mind. When I was telling my wife about this, I said, I've never stood for the flag. And she's like, you haven't? I said, no. And then I explained the reason why. She said, you know what? I never looked at it that way. She said, I never even thought about it that way. I said, but I have. And I said, once I was really religious, really into it, I was like, I can't do it. It goes against God and what I've been taught. But once again, you do what's best for you. Mind your own damn business if it doesn't agree with you. If you're not going to lose any sleep over it, if it's not going to take any money out of your pocket, any food out of your kid's mouth, to be quite honest, it's none of your damn business. And on that note, learn more so you can do better.